What up, people? Anybody out there in the Black Mirror this morning? This is Black Mirror Walker, Chief Joseph Domain. Want to sound off a little bit this morning. Um, YouTube is once again, violating people's constitutional rights by silencing their opinion about what's going on here in this realm. So, misinformation comes from YouTube, and I'm going to give you an example about the go look at all the lewd stuff that um, YouTube allows with this transgender stuff and all this evil stuff to give people misinformation about truth, okay, about morals. You know, here's another example. Go on YouTube and you see we just had a bunch of trains derail, right? YouTube promotes terrorism. How? They have all these videos up of all these other people hopping trains illegally, and they allow it on YouTube. They allow these people to do illegal acts. Not only, I'll give you one example: shoestring hobo shoestring. He gets paid for showing people how to illegally jump on these rails. He's even talked about things about mechanisms on the train and so forth. And YouTube is paying this guy to promote that kind of behavior. They promote people to show you how to steal cars, all kinds of evil stuff. But if somebody talks about true stats in regard to anything that they're doing medically, and they'll say that's misinformation, and they will say they'll deem what they're doing is safe. And there's no alternative studies. We need to have other studies because look, Fauci's douchebag wife is the head of in charge of the FDA, and Fauci was the one bringing the medicine to the FDA, and she's the one approving it. So, am I misinformed by the reality of is this so or not so? And if I say it and I think that's erroneous and that's evil, how is that misinformation on my part? It's facts on my part, not misinformation. So, and furthermore, I think it's um, criminal that the YouTube community requested that Vice President Harris and CEO YouTube Wazinski, Susan, be in the same room to prove that they're different people, but they're not. They're the same person. Is this misinformation? Well, how do we get to the truth of the information? Okay, let's get the President Harris and Susan, CEO YouTube, in the same room together and uh, and show us that we're wrong. I believe the YouTubers out there showing and using this technology have proven conclusively that what I just said is true. Now, I don't know, so I ask YouTube because Susan, you're the one in question, and you're the one that's telling other people there's misinformation. So please enlighten us, Susan. Get in the same room with. You can't, can you? No. So that's what we ask you. Um, so other than that, let's see. We had one viewer there for a second, and then they were gone. Um, so hopefully we have some red brick people to show up and just say bye, because I think I'm about done with this YouTube. Um, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to um, create a website, and I'm going to send links out there once it gets created and so forth, and get the real people involved, and we'll be link monsters. We'll wake up the whole YouTube community to these dirtbags by using their platform and driving people to platforms that are going to reshape this whole game. We're going to be allowing, and what we're going to create, you to tell the truth, you to give your opinion, period. So coming and in the works right now. We're going to be creating something similar to YouTube, but better yet. And when you come on board, we're going to try to help educate people how to use softwares to stream yourself and so forth. And I'm talking to a couple writers right now in regard to write us up some codes for some real dynamic stuff um, to implement on their pages. So if you want to become part of that and help support that, let's do it, because it's going to take a little bit of money um, to get rolling, and I don't have, you know, enough money to just do it all by myself. I need help. So I know we can work as a team, and that's what we need to start doing. We need to work as a team to create a platform, create our own platform, and then we all just use YouTube to drive people away from YouTube and onto our platform. See? And that's what needs to be done collectively. We're telling the world a lot of good stuff, and now we need to turn that inside out, create our own platform, and let the whole world hear it. And the more people we get on board, we can do the same thing that these government run social media groups are doing, but in a positive. See, they need to have competition, because there's no competition. They control the um, social media on the Black Mirror, so we have to go outside that, not with these fake groups that have been created like Discord and all these douchebag. Those are all government ones. We need to break from YouTube and use YouTube to drive people to what we create. So let's collectively get together and create. I have a couple years of building websites. I built several websites, so I know how to do a lot of things. But we need to get more people involved in regard to writing applications, codes. I have some crawlers out there crawling for imagery. I have crawlers out there crawling for the addresses and so forth of these people in charge, so we can contact them. Um, so I'm doing a lot of things, and I'm proactive doing these things. And I just urge y'all to be aware that we're on a platform where you can't speak your mind. You can't tell the truth. Um, so there's some more facts. So, I gave some information in regard to something happened to a friend of mine whose daughter died at age of 23 um, from something that's called Guillain-Barré. And these dumbass doctors, they couldn't even diagnose what she had. And this is true information. The aunt was reading a Reader's Digest, and she is the one that diagnosed Kelly with Guillain-Barré. And the doctors, I'll tell you what, the nurses moved her from one floor to another and removed the suction from her spit because she couldn't swallow, and they drowned her to death with her own spit. This is a fact, not medical misinformation. So, YouTube, fuck you. True information just now. And may God strike your souls for taking down my content, for telling the truth. Fuck you, YouTube. You're a fucking bunch of douchebag fucking scumbags. Have a fucking nice day. Fuck off and die. Peace, red brick people. Too bad not one of you motherfuckers could come by and say goodbye or nothing. Instead, you fuckers caused division too. You know who you are. You're in a fucking fuck you list too. Bye.